Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesday Night Trucks. My name is Noah Walter and you join me live here at Kentucky for the Ventnation 150. So a big thank you to Ventnation Animation over on Instagram and twitch.tv/Ventnation for sponsoring this race. And that is going to be a few dollars to the winner of this week's race. Now, before I get started, I do want to let everybody know that I am still in the process of recovering from my dental surgery not too long ago. Just last week actually, which is why I was not here last week, and my mouth still is bothering me every now and then, so it might be unlikely, but it is potentially possible that the broadcast gets cut short due to that, because it can get painful at times. So it's for safety, and I'll try to have a backup plan just in case something goes wrong. But in any case, I am glad to see everybody out here once again. It's been a long time here without you guys. It only has been a week, but it does not feel like it. And because of that, we are going to bring up a good friend of ours here on the channel. We're going to bring up Jacob Mcmillan, just to mess with him a little bit today. If I can find him in a chat, that is. There he is. Alright, we're going to bring him up and discuss what happened last week and all the other stuff that he's been going on with him. Jake, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
I gotcha.
Well, I want to welcome you up to the broadcast. I do appreciate your attendance to all these races out here with the Tuesday Night Truck League, and I want to give you a chance to fill us in on what happened at Talladega. If you're willing.
Gonna admit, this is probably the most embarrassing broadcast thing I've ever said. I don't remember what happened to Talladega. It's just kind of a blur. Talladega was Talladega, where everything happened, moved so quickly.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'll give you that. I mean, it is super speedway racing. It all kind of does blend together. It was the throwback race. Do you remember any of the throwbacks other than yours?
I know Gavin Jones won with a great ASE throwback. I mean, a lot of the teams are very.
There we go.
Brett's was pretty good too. He did an old IndyCar throwback.
Nice. It's always good watching everybody come out with nice paint schemes. I know that you can watch the replay of that race over at twitch.tv/Ventnation, courtesy of Ben Mcdonnell.
Yeah, go give him a follow. He's a really cool guy. Races in the league. He's a 16 truck, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben is the 16 truck, and he's currently sitting atop of the qualifying.
Yeah, it's provisional pole.
So I think we're going to be in for a good race here tonight at Kentucky. Are you excited for this race?
I'm hyped. I like Kentucky. I've got very successful pass at this track. And I'm hoping for a good run.
There we go. I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot tonight, Jake, and it's been a pleasure having you up here. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Thank you to my family. Hi. Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry I didn't give any preparation. So.
Oh, you're good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Jacob. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Yep, good luck.
Number 21 of Jacob Mcmillan. All right. So, let's get off to a fantastic start. We are going to have a great race. Good to see you out in the chat. I appreciate you being here, Strayer, and thank you very much for being out here, Ryan. I appreciate it. With that, our qualifying is going to be coming to a close, and we're going to go ahead and bring up Ben Mcdonnell, your qualifying pole sitter. Here at the Ventnation 150. Pretty, fitting that he gets the pole, isn't it? So, let's go ahead and bring him up. Ben, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, I got you, Noah.
Well, you're sitting on the pole for your own race. How does that feel?
It feels great, especially this being my last race in the season. So it's definitely helping me with my confidence and hopefully putting on a great show here.
Honestly, I think that this is going to make for a fantastic race here tonight. Honestly, what a race to sponsor, because Kentucky is just such one of those interesting tracks here on iRacing, especially being one of the newer ones. So how about you give us a chance and tell us why you won't be racing anymore?
Sadly, my schedule is conflicting with this league. It's a great league. I'm not just completely leaving it. I should be back next season, hopefully. But, yeah, just scheduling just didn't work out. I love this league, but sadly I had to make priorities do.
That makes a lot of sense, and I think everybody here gets that for sure. And well, we're gonna be cheering you on up here in the booth, and I think all in the chat as well, just to hope to see you do well.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, before I let you go, is there anyone I want to thank for being up here tonight?
I want to thank, obviously, you and Four Cloak Media for being here broadcasting the races for this whole entire season and a bit of last season. Alameda Custom Flooring for being on board for the longest time I've been on here. And yeah, let's go get this one.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, Ben. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
Ben Mcdonnell in the number 16 truck. All right, let's go ahead and run through our gridding order. So, starting on pole position, as we were just talking to, that's Ben Mcdonnell with Alex Bell alongside. Second row is going to go to Sean Howell in third position, and Alex Fortune-Berube is going to take up fourth. In fifth position is going to Jeremy Jones, and sixth to Brady Floyd. Seventh goes to Brett Murphy, and eighth to Derek Stanley. Quinn Gingrich brings up ninth position with Jesse Atkinson in 10th. Charles Mosley is going to be in 11th with Mitchell Mumont in 12th, and Chris Sawyer and Jacob Mcmillan are going to be bringing up the rear of your field. As I said, we are in for one race tonight. I mean, honestly, I'm excited just to see what these trucks can do here at Kentucky. We know that the 1.5 cookie cutters can be a bit boring sometimes, but knowing Tuesday Night Trucks and how they were able to handle Kansas, I am excited to see how this is going to run. And this is the last race before the playoffs, so we're going to be discussing that a little bit going forward, and we're going to make sure we go and run through and take a look at all the paint schemes everyone runs, because they always have something nice. With that, the pace car is going to be pulling off here at Kentucky as we roll into the trial. Ben Mcdonnell and Alex Bell leading our field to the green flag. Yes, you heard it from my spotter there. Green flag, and away we go here at Kentucky for the Ventnation 150. Ben Mcdonnell off to a pretty good start. Looks like the number 15 of Alex Bell looking pretty good on that high side as well. Both of them got a really good start this time. Sean Howell there right on the rear bumper of Ben, though. Does not want to give him any room to get away. This is going to be an intense fight going forward. Ben Mcdonnell, because this is his last race, will not be able to race in the playoffs, and that has made the entire championship go into disarray. Is there a 3 wide there for just a second there in turn number 3? Is they're going to be coming across the start-finish line for the first time with Ben Mcdonnell leading them to the field. He's got it. It's the first lap led. We'll take a look at our field there on your left-hand side, courtesy of Pierce Graphics. But appreciate them for all the fantastic overlay stuff that they do for us. Ben Mcdonnell is still doing really good, holding off that outside of Alex Bell. As you can see, the rear of your field is fighting for positions as well. Going into that, this is the last race before the playoffs. That has changed up everything and how everyone is going to race here tonight. Stage lap up, you can see in the top left, is lap number 35. So on 35, you're going to see these guys all, getting ready to try to get there as many stage points as possible. However, one problem that comes with that, though, is that the fuel run is only about 30 laps. So they're going to be 5 laps short, roughly, on fuel to get to the end. That is going to make this race that much more interesting. Looking at your playoff standings, there are 3 drivers that are really the ones to watch right now. That is going to be Chris Sawyer, Brady Floyd, and Quinn Gingrich. These are the guys that need to finish well here tonight. As it looks like Alex Bell is just barely able to overtake Ben there. But these two are going to be fighting the entire time. I have a feeling 2 wide so far for every lap so far. It's around lap number 4 here at Kentucky. That is impressive, being able to hold each other off and not let one person get a single advantage over the other. You got to love it. 19 of Alex Fortune-Berube looking pretty good as well as he's holding off Sean Howell on the outside. We can remember back from Homestead, the championship race last season, Alex was able to hold off Sean Howell from the win. He was able to secure the final race win of the season for season number 1 here with the Tuesday Night Truck League, presented by NS Service. Now, if you're looking to look at some great content, make sure you check out Ventnation. You can find them on Instagram at Ventnation_animation. or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ventnation. They also have an iRacing league, which is the Ventnation iRacing Central. And winning the race gets paid here tonight. So I imagine if Ben wins, he doesn't have to pay anyone. So I think that's why he's racing so hard here tonight. As Sean Howell there is going to be battling for the win as well. Currently running along the outside, hoping to make a move as we see Brady Floyd still running up in the top 5. As you can see, the two packs starting to split off. Derek Stanley and Quinn Gingrich are going to be leading up that secondary pack now, running through 3 and 4. We watch them go. I feel that Alex Bell starting to really pull away now. He's finally got that little bit of pace he was looking to get. It's usually around this time where you start to feel your tires going in terms of pace. You're going to watch it on your relative as a driver in your bottom right-hand corner. You're going to notice that your speed is dropping off just a little bit, and then around probably lap 10 to 12 is when you're going to see these guys starting to migrate up towards the top just a little bit. This is not Kansas. The banking is not as severe, so these guys are not going to be going up instantly up to the high side like you would see there, which is going to make this even more interesting because there's not just a set plan. This track is a bit chaotic as we see the number 38 is Sean Howell. They're going on the bottom, trying to take that away from Alex Bell. He's going to get the lead. They're leaving turn number 2, the 38, to the lead. Side by side, these two are, though, heading now into turn number 3. Alex Bell has been one of these guys that is just fighting for position day in, day out. You can think back to the Watkins Glen, where it was, I believe, him and Sean actually coming together, noses barely separating them apart across the start-finish line to give Alex the win. It was a while ago. I don't know. Maybe Sean. But then we can also think back to Martinsville, where it was Alex Bell and Ryan Andrew going side-by-side across the line, where iRacing called it a tie, but Ryan ended up getting it in the end. Just a hair of a splitter. But it looks like Alex Bell is hoping to come back and really put on a show for us tonight, as he continues to run side-by-side with Sean Howell. Howell looks to be a little bit faster there on that high side. Just a hair, though. You're going to have to see him as he continues to try to battle his way towards the front. Now, if you want to get some more information post-race on see how the race went and some great pictures, make sure you check out our Instagram over at Forkloak Media, where we like to post the results and some other things you can do with the race. Whoa, huge block there out of the 15. Does not want to let him have it. Slides down straight to the bottom. That is a risky play, and something tells me that these two are really going to be starting to heat up now. Watch down the backstretch here. You can see them still side by side. Thankfully, iRacing has given us a plethora of nice cameras to use here at Kentucky, so we can use this one, which is the TV tower, which kind of reminds me of a classic NASCAR. They now are going to be going through turns 3 and 4 down through the front stretch. Still side by side. I mean, that is impressive. Think about that now, as we're going to be on lap number 12 of 100. Alex Bell has been side by side pretty much the entire time. Now, as we see, Brady Floyd has moved up into 4th position as they continue to try to chase down the leaders. See our first pack running by up there. We'll see that's where it's good as well. Currently following along with Mitchell Luma and Brett Murphy. Looks like Mitchell's struggling for grip a little bit there in turns 1 and 2. This is unlike Mitch we've seen so far. You know, we look back to all the races we've seen of him. He's just constantly pushing it in and out. Although, this is one of those tracks, if you are just not good at it, you're just not good at it. So I think we're going to be either seeing Mitchell, like, as he's holding back right now, or he's just going to be struggling here tonight. But, as he is locked into the playoffs, he doesn't have too much to worry about. Jeremy Jones locked into the playoffs by just a hair there, and that number 81, very close. He's going to have to make sure he continues to fight, as there is a caution, and we saw a wreck there. We're going to make sure we go ahead and take a look at that and see what happened. Alright, we're going to follow along with our in-race chopper. You can go ahead and see just what happened. Following along with Ben Mcdonnell and Brady Floyd there. So we are crossing the start-finish line. Brady is right there on his bumper, moves up to the outside. You can see your leaders of Sean Howell and Alex Bell continuing to fight for position. And it looks like Ben slides up the track a bit. Brady goes down to try to get the corner right, and just sends Ben into the wall. Lex, Alex for a Forge at Berube there. Derek Stanley avoids. And looks like there's no more damage than that. Which is good. It's always good when not the entire field gets taken out, as Quinn Gingrich there is able to slide on through in 6th position. Brett Murphy not far behind for All Elite Racing. That is an unfortunate wreck there for Ben Mcdonnell, the series, well, the race sponsor here tonight, the Ventnation 150. Imagine he is not too pleased with that. So, with that, we're going to make sure we jump up back into real time. Now, because of the way this works, everybody is going to be on to pit road, as you see. This is expected, and that is simply because, well, you didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end. First stage, and now everyone will. So, you can see that entire left-hand side of your screen there. Everyone is in the pits. That's not surprising. We'll go and bring up our pit board just to make sure. Yeah, that is absolutely everybody in the pits. Alex Bell is going to win that race off of pit road. Derek Stanley follows behind, so everybody else follows suit. Quinn Gingrich up front as well. That is going to be good for him. We do not usually see Quinn running up towards the exact front, so I'm sure he is happy to be up here tonight. So everybody else files off of pit road at this time. It's good to see. You can see Brett Murphy there in 5th position with his NS Service Ford F-150. Going to be lining up there on the inside. .100 laps here at the Ventnation 150. 1.5 mile cookie cutter trial will be out here in Kentucky. So far, it's been a good race, though. We have seen Alex Bell trying to hold off Sean Howell lap after lap after lap, and Ben Mcdonnell earlier on. So we're going to see if Derek Stanley has anything to give Alex Bell there. However, one of the things that does play into that, however, is the teams. Derek Stanley, which you can see right there, is part of the team Yee Yee Racing, which is currently fighting in the points against Taco Bell. Gotta love the team names. But on Yee Yee Racing, it is Derek Stanley there, Mitchell Muma, which you saw a little bit earlier in the field, Ben Mcdonnell as well, Jeremy Jones in number 81, currently starting at the rear of the field, and Chris Sawyer in the number 45. You can see as well on camera now. Chris running the proper contingencies for the league there. Gotta love it. If I'm not mistaken, Chris does make his own paints, I think, sometimes. I don't know. Or Jacob doesn't. And that is Jacob Mcmillan there in the black number 21 JHM paints. He's also part of the JHM racing team, also running the correct contingencies. Hope someone gets a hint there. Well, with that now, we're going to jump back up to our front as the pace car is going to be pulling off here from the yellow. Alex Bell and Derek Stanley leading the field to the green. Green flag and away we go, I guess. Bit of an early start there for Alex. A lot of wheel spin on that, but he was controlling the start. He got a great start on that, at least. Nobody else was really prepared for it. See, Quinn Gingrich was sleeping on the start a little bit more, but everyone else even behind him was even slower on the start. Quinn Gingrich now moves up into 2nd position. He's got to hold off Derek Stanley to hold that top position. I believe with the way the playoffs are looking, if the 48 does stay up here, the 48 is going to be able to get into the playoffs, but it is going to be very close. Across the start finish line they go. Alex Bell definitely pulling away now, as we can see, but it looks like Sean Howell has been able to recover a lot, moving himself back up into 3rd position, getting around Derek Stanley. These two now are going to be fighting to see who can get around faster, but I do believe that Sean Howell is going to be able to take that position. He moves down on the inside into turn number 3. He's got it! Sean Howell now up into 2nd position. right, as we follow on with Brett Murphy leading Alex Forgeberube as he's trying to catch up to Brady Floyd and Derek Stanley. See him in the NS service Ford F-150. Trying his best to catch up. I mean, this is just one of those really tricky tracks. Now, Brett Murphy had the fastest, well, one of the fastest laps in practice earlier on today. Third fastest lap without help in terms of draft. So I believe he is definitely one of the faster cars out there here tonight, so that's why he's running in 6th. Although he does not want to burn up his stuff too much. He got roughly 15 to go until we get to the stage, about 14 this time by, as Sean Howell has the lead, leading Alex Bell. Howell to the lead. Brady Floyd now up into 3rd position. He's got a hold off Quinn Gingrich, who was still running up towards the front. Now, in this kind of situation, it looks like Brady is going to be the one in a better scenario to get himself into the playoffs. That's how the cut lines look. Just about all your regulars have made it into the playoffs that you've seen almost every single week. Just a few not being able to attend. A couple of races has sadly put them out of the playoffs. Ben Mcdonnell surrendering his position as he won't be here, as he had discussed earlier. Alex Bell really falling off the pace right now. I wonder if he did not take tires on that last stop and has chosen to wait until stage. Honestly, that's a good play to make. You know, lap number 35 is, you know, a little bit of a ways away. However, you still have a lot of race left to go then. So it is not surprising that Alex wanted to hold back and not put himself into a very challenging situation later on where he's struggling for tires. Quinn Gingrich, though, currently holding up the 81 of Jeremy Jones, who's recovered massively and is now going to be fighting for 4th position. And due to past luck, we're going to leave it there. Alex Forgeberube running in 6th, holding off Derek Stanley and Brett Murphy behind. So number 45 of Chris Sawyer currently running in the bottom of who can make it into the playoffs. He's got to recover himself back in if he wants to. He's, you know, we've seen Chris so far. He's had a lot of rough races so far this season. He's been real unlucky, but this might just be his night now as we see him filing in line, trying to get somewhere real nice. Charles Mosley there in the number 89, also attending as well. I don't know if he was there at Talladega, but he knew he was definitely there for Martinsville. We're going to see some later season guys joining into the fray as well. Jesse Atkinson in his rare starts here in TNT and in the 127. He is the one exception to the double-digit rule that has allowed him to be in his Barbie machine, as he is holding off Ben Mcdonnell currently for 12th position, with Mitchell Muma ahead in 11th. Derek Stanley having fallen back to 10th, even though he was much higher up early on. Brady Floyd still running in 2nd position. Jeremy Jones now in 3rd. Alex Bell in 4th. Sean Howell continues to lead, however, here at Kentucky, currently having about a 1 1/4 second lead. I'm going to expect that to go up to 1.5 within a few laps. About 10 laps to go until we cross the line for the yellow. And Sean Howell is looking very competitive here tonight. Like I said before, about 30 laps is the expected fuel run out of these trucks, which is roughly to be expected here with the way that the fuel settings are run. Berube now up into 5th position as he's able to get around Quinn. Brett Murphy, currently running in 7th, has to get around Quinn as well. However, that is his teammate. All Elite Racing consists of Brett Murphy and Quinn Gingrich, so I imagine these two will be working together. As you can see, that they have some sponsorships that are shared between the two. Number 89 of Charles Moves is looking to the inside of Brett Murphy. He takes it. He's going to be diving down, trying to get around through, see if Quinn goes down to block. Does not slide up out of the way, I'll give him that much. And it looks like the 89 is going to have to slide in position. He does. Brett Murphy goes down, hoping to have Quinn help him with the draft. Charles Mosley still there, though. I'm not going to let Brett have this one easy. Battle for 6th position. Gingrich still has it over the 89 as they head down the backstretch. Brett Murphy just doesn't have the run going forward, and it looks like the 89 is going to dive down there on the 48. Charles Mosley takes on the position. Alex Bell continuing to run in 4th. He's got Alex Forgeberube there right on him. almost tapped his bumper there too. So I believe that that's a bit of a signal that Alex is, well, Battle of the Alex is that Berube wants to get around Bell there. As we see that yellow maxi truck pulling down to the bottom, he's going to get the position. And that's going to force Alex Bell into 5th if they don't take each other out. A little bit of collision there. Berube backs off to let Alex Bell take the position. As we see Charles Mosley in 6th, starting to come into the fray. Tire wear currently being the biggest factor right now of who is struggling. And we have seen that lead that Sean Howell had drop. He's now down to just a second, having to absolutely abuse that bottom lane to get any kind of speed. While Brady Floyd is able to take a little bit more of a consistent line. As soon as I say that, though, you can watch the gap start to grow again. Figures every time. Jeremy Jones, though, continuing to run in 3rd position. Sean Howell, though, has the stage almost in hand. He's got to make sure he has enough fuel to cross the line, though, and get the position. Let's see Brady Floyd there. He is a little bit of a shark there, lurking in the background, waiting for a mistake. It's that distant pressure that you want to start so that when you get up there on their bumper, they're even more terrified. That's the thing about racing. It's just one of those weird things where sometimes you have to mirror drive. But I imagine Sean Howell, though, with how impressive he has been this entire season and the fact that he's currently leading the playoffs, I doubt that he is watching his mirror too much right now, as he's able to see that relative is pretty large. Especially he's going to be heading onto lap number 34 this time by. A little bit of perspective to see what it is like driving here at Kentucky. We'll hop in with Brady Floyd. We'll say that is the one thing that I think Kentucky has just about over every track, is that you feel like you're going fast here in Kentucky. On lap 34 now, Sean Howell still in the lead. You can see this is what Brady is seeing. Across the line, lap number 35. Completion of this lap will bring out the yellow. Brady Floyd continues to run in 2nd position with Sean Howell. Running turn 3, now 4, we see the number 38 Toyota Tundra of Sean Howell come across the line. Wait for it. There he is. Completion of lap number 35. And just got to wait for the yellow to be thrown. There it is. All right. That is your stage, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, your stage. Sean Howell leads here at Kentucky. He's going to be the first one onto pit road. Brady Floyd will be close behind, right on his bumper, and Jeremy Jones in 3rd. Alex Bell 4th. Alex Forget Berube in 5th. Charles Mosley in 6th. Quinn Gingrich in 7th. Chris Sawyer in 8th, Derek Stanley in 9th, Brett Murphy in 10th, Ben Mcdonnell in 11th, Mitchell Numa in 12th, and Jesse Atkinson in 13th, with Jacob Mcmillan bringing up the rear of the field with his number 21 JHM Bates. With that, I'm pretty sure Sean Howell is glad that he is back up to the front yet again. I know I certainly would be if I was in his kind of position. So, congrats to him for being able to be so competitive so far this season. Gotta love it. Sean Howell being part of the Taco Bell team. It's going to be the one that's getting some good points for them here tonight with the stage. With that, though, I want to bring up Sean Howell and see how he is doing here tonight at Kentucky. Sean, open the booth. Do you read me?
10-4, got a copy.
Well, you just got yourself another stage win. How are you feeling?
Unsure. We used tires there, so depending on how these cautions fall, we got the stage win, but it might put us in a worse spot later in the run here.
Why would you say? Did you take tires earlier on?
I took tires during that first caution there. I think me, Brady, and Jeremy all took tires there. So take another set here, so we're down to one set for a lot of laps. So
That
we gotta hopefully these cautions fall the right way for us, and we can maintain speed because tires really do matter here. It looked like I pulled 7-8 seconds on Alex there, and he was on older set there, so they definitely matter here.
They absolutely do. As you've been able to see, the tire wear is just absolutely vicious at this kind of track, just like it is at Kansas. What has been your game plan for this race so far?
Just points race. I mean, we're only really battling Bell here for the regular season championship. So that gives us a couple extra points on him, and then now we just gotta try to race him pretty much.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Been doing real well this season so far, and I think the playoffs are going to be equally as exciting, especially with the battles that we've seen between you and Alex and a few of the other drivers.
Yeah, it's going to be close for sure.
It absolutely is. Now, is there anyone you have to thank before I let you go?
Just appreciate everyone watching.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, Sean. I do appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
Number 38 of Sean Howell in his Toyota Tundra. He's going to have Alex Bell alongside Charles Mosley, and Brady Floyd are going to be leading your field. It looks like Mosley chooses, as he was the first off pit road, to run on the high line. Definitely a decision. We were able to see on the last restart, though, that high line was pretty effective. I should say on the start. The restart, we did not get to see it too much. But yes, that is right. On the start, we were able to see it be pretty effective, so I'm excited to see how it is going to go. But before we get off, I do want to thank Ventnation once again for sponsoring this race. Remember that some cash does head over to the winner of this race. You can check out Ventnation over at twitch.tv/Ventnation or Ventnation Animation as an underscore between the two words on Instagram. Good sim racing content. Keep up with Ben. He always has some good stuff brewing. He streams a lot more than I do, which is good for him. And he's getting up there. So let's cheer on Ben here tonight. And we appreciate him, especially for taking over the broadcast for last week over at Talladega with the in-race. So with that, the pace car is going to be pulling off of pit road. As we watch now as they head towards the green flag. There it is. You heard it from the spotter. Here we go. Green flag. Looks like the 89 gets a little bit slower of a start than I think he'd like. Yeah, definitely a lot slower. Now, is there 3 wide entering turn number 1 there for half a second? They're 3 wide once again. Mosley on the outside. Alex Bell is in the center as they now are able to pull out and power through. Jeremy Jones up into second position, chasing down Sean Howell, as Sean is now back up to the lead. 81 there right hot on his heels as Brady Floyd there is alongside in that number 20 Ford F-150. You have not seen a ton of Brady this season, but we get to see him now. Love watching all the trucks race on by. They always look so great. Gotta love all the paint schemes that we see here throughout TNT. Alex Bell currently chasing down on Jeremy Jones best he can. You can see that entry there into turn number 3. Jeremy Jones absolutely had it there on Brady Floyd. So I think he's in a pretty good competitive spot. These guys just have to remain with each other, however, and that can be difficult. 15 there looking to the inside of the 81. He's got the position as of now as that bottom is just absolutely powerful. Chris Sawyer, though, also looking interested teammates there with the number 81. I'm going to see if he can do something else as well. Derek Stanley. That is a whole yee train we're seeing right now of Jeremy Jones, Chris Sawyer, Derek Stanley, and Ben Mcdonnell. That's good to see all the teammates working together. Which will move on a little bit further back for yee racing. 2 wide across the start-finish line. You see a lot of these guys going. And it looks like Sean Howell is going to be leading this train once again. However, Brady Floyd is still there with him, though. And that number 20, he does not want to let him get away quite as easily as he did last time. That is one of the efforts you have to make, is to remain competitive and not let anybody through. Brady is known for doing that. A bit of aggressive driving here and there can get you good positions. And after that move, he pulled on to Ben Mcdonnell earlier. I think Ben can agree. Figures he was sent back to the rear of the field and has been running there for up until the stage where now he's back into 6th position there in his white and green. Ford F-150. One of the good things about TNT is there's actually a pretty good displacement of the manufacturers. It's not just everybody runs one or two. It's actually pretty spread amount. Fair amount running the Tundras, fair amount in the F-150s, fair amount in the Silverados. Speaking of the trucks, think about the next-gen vehicles that are going to be coming to iRacing, I'm imagining pretty shortly, figuring as Chevrolet finally released the Silverado. That is going to be for actual NASCAR. The next-gen trucks, I think, actually overall look pretty good. I know that F-150 looks definitely sharp. They're kind of split on the Tundra and Silverado, but overall I think they look okay. And we'll have some good racing without those things, especially with a little bit of a rear-end change. So it's good to see everybody racing here at TNT, nice and well. Chris Sawyer now up into fourth. Brady Floyd still has that lead on your cut line crew, ahead of Chris Sawyer and Quinn Gingrich. However, we see Alex Bell now diving there on Brady Floyd. Does not want to let the Adria driver through. Adria is the 2-driver team currently. They might have a third that just doesn't race, of the 20 and the 127. I believe maybe the 5-wheel plow was also don't take my word on that one. Alex Bell, though, on the bottom there of Brady Floyd. These two are racing side by side. They're not going to let it through easily. It's now Chris Sawyer with a bit of a run. Currently following along that train of vehicles there is number 45. Brady up into the wall, comes down, almost takes out Jeremy Jones. Brady Floyd falling back now to the rear of the field. Heavy right side damage. He is absolutely slaughtered to his momentum as the rest of the field begins to catch up. Chris Sawyer now out in front of your cut line crew. Brady Floyd got to hold off of these next couple of guys. 3 wide down the backstretch. That is going to be putting, like I said before, Chris Sawyer up into third position. He's got to hold off Jeremy Jones, though, as he continues to block. These two are teammates, but anyway. Alex Bell trying to chase down Sean Howell still. We can see that relative has been flipping back and forth between the two. Sean Howell absolutely has been gapping the field this entire time so far. Like you said, though, he's only got 1 set of tires left. He's got to make these tires last quite a while, and that is definitely a challenge to do here at a track like Kentucky. Tire wear is high, track gets hot, the banking is not forgiving. Good to see these vehicles, though, being able to race together. It's not just single file trains. Everybody has actually been racing each other. Got to strategically plan out your moves, and love it. Skill track in there. Ben Mcdonnell chasing down Jeremy Jones right now for 4th position. Ben looking to the inside. Jeremy goes to block. Does not block fully, though. That's going to let Ben have that bottom lane throughout the trial. Oh, Ben slides back up. He did not have enough of a run. Take it on the bottom. Jones able to pull away just a hair there through the trial. Chris Sawyer has not been letting Alex Bell go. That 45 has been on that bumper of the 15. The diecast dude, number 15 Chevrolet Silverado, driven by Alex Bell this entire time. Chris, where you been? Good drive out of him, though, as he seems to take a little bit more of a middle line there through the corner, maybe trying to save some tires just a hair. Ben Mcdonnell continuing to try to chase down Jeremy Jones as Derek Stanley chasing that rear end of Ben Mcdonnell's. Alex Forte-Berube looking to see if he can make a pass around the outside of the 26. He's looking like he's got the pace almost. The 2 Tundra is going to be duking it out down the backstretch. The run that you get off the high side is pretty good, but I don't know if it's going to be quite enough, and it looks like this time it just wasn't to get the position. There they go throughout the corner. It looks like that high side was definitely the way to go around turns 3 and 4. Gap continues to increase right now for Sean Howell, who is continuing to lead Alex Bell. Bell in the 15 still has that 45 on his bumper. He's not letting him go that easily. I think Chris Sawyer has definitely seen his ability before. He knows he can drive fast. And he knows as well that this is the race he has to make it count. He has to finish good if he wants to make sure he gets into that playoff. Sean Howell, though, continues to lead here at Kentucky. He is running away with this thing. He's not letting anybody have it, as Jesse Atkinson was able to just make a pass there on Mitchell Muma for 8th position, that 127. Not often that we see here, so it's good to always pop over and check and see how they are doing. Brett Murphy there in the number 64, currently leading Brady Floyd, who is still trying to recover from his incident. He's doing all right. Charles Mosley at the rear of the field as well, along with Jacob Mcmillan in the number 21, JHM Paints. Mitchell Muma, someone we have not talked a lot about this race, is currently running a blank sponsor scheme. I have refreshed my Trading Paints. For those at home that don't know what Trading Paints is, that is the program that we use on iRacing to get all of our fantastic custom paint schemes. I refreshed it a number of times. I made sure all my files are cleared out to make sure, because I saw this, and I think that he is just running a blank car here tonight. So, Mitchell Muma might have some sponsor space for you out there if you're looking to sponsor. We've seen Mitch's performance in the past. He just having a bit of a rough night, it seems, so far. But I wonder if he's going to be able to come back, knowing which he usually is able to. Jesse Atkinson skimming the wall there as well, going through the turn. Jeremy Jones catching up to his teammate there of the 45, Chris Sawyer. Doesn't seem too hard-pressed to get around him, though. Wants to make sure he can help out his teammate as much as possible. This is the kind of situation where it's good to push your teammate to as many points when the playoffs are on the line. Pretty stagnant field right now in terms of positions. Derek Stanley hoping to make some moves there. Ben Mcdonald looks like. Big gains on the exit of 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. And then at the bottom, looks like Ben might be struggling for some tire wear. Well, folks, I think it's about time we're going to start seeing these guys roll into the pits once again relatively soon. So keep an eye for pit road to see if anybody chooses to come out. Let's get some driver info on some of these guys. See Alex Bell here. You can see his safety rating up hand top. Currently has not gained any positions, but lost none either, which is good to see. 20 lap old tires, so you can run a bit longer, maybe 10 more laps or so. To pit in, and look at that I rating. I mean, that is the thing that just absolutely separates TNT from any other group. The I rating out of this group is insane. 5.7k I rating is just maddening. Hopping over to Sean Howell, you can see he has a 4.2k, 21 laps on his tires, plus 2 positions. He's in a pretty good spot right now. Up down to Chris Sawyer, 3.6k I rating, 20 laps still stint. And he's up 10 positions. A solid 10 positions. I think he is having a good night here tonight so far at Kentucky. He's got to make sure he gets that pit stop down, though. In about maybe 8 laps or so. Maybe a little bit beforehand. This is the game where you have to play. Is it going to be the undercut game? Or do you try to overshoot it as much as possible in hopes of only making one stop? Someone tells me that's what Sean Howell wants real bad, because if he can make it to the end on only one set, he is going to be absolutely golden. So looking around number 65-ish, roughly, is when these guys are going to start pitting in. It's going to be 64 on the left-hand side of your screen up at the top. Once again, I want to thank Ventnation for sponsoring this week's race. It has been massively appreciated. Here at the Ventnation 150. If you want to find out more information on Ben, you can check out his Instagram at Ventnation_animation, or you can check out his Twitch over at twitch.tv/Ventnation. Spelling is right there on screen for your viewing pleasure. He always streams some good stuff. I believe Minecraft is on Mondays, if I'm not mistaken. And he streams a few other things throughout the week as well. Usually something random in there. It's good to watch. Very community involved. So make sure you can check out Ben. As I said before, we're looking a little bit like stagnant positions for these guys, but that's all right. Everybody's running a pretty good race for their moment, and as long as they can keep it together, things are going to be looking pretty good for them. Alex Bell hoping to make a... Not Alex Bell. Alex Berube hoping to make a move on the outside there with 45. We saw Alex on the outside earlier was able to really make some passes happen. So I think that's going to be Berube's move of the night for Frenchie, as he's commonly known. Ooh, skim of the wall there for the 81 of Jeremy Jones. It looks like he's able to recover okay. That is going to be a skim and a half for him, though. He's got to be very careful that he does not want to get more damage. Berube, though, able to get around, though, and is now up into third position. He's got the podium he's looking for. He's got to make sure he keeps pushing, though. Cross line, like I said, these guys are going to be pitting in relatively soon, so keep an eye out for that. Back down in the field, you can see currently Brady Floyd looking a bit slower than I think he anticipated beforehand after that damage. This is going to be a very important pit stop for him so that he can repair his damage and pedal to the middle out of it. Brett Murphy, who was looking real promising in practice, currently running in 11th position, is currently struggling for some pace right now. However, sometimes just keeping it together is the best way to do it, especially when you're locked into the playoffs like a lot of these guys are. Jesse Atkinson now up into 8th position. Finally in a pretty good spot for him, and I think he is mighty happy about it. Ben Mcdonnell able to take home that position from Jeremy Jones, now up into the top 5. Uh-oh. Pop out of Jeremy there. Hopefully he can return back. Yep, there he goes. Back into the race there. Derek Stanley in 7th. You can hear just how much lower those RPMs are in turns 3 and 4 due to how much, abuse the tires have taken. Hopping back up to your leaders, though, Sean Howell has not been able to absolutely gap Alex Bell. These two have been very close to each other the entire time. And Alex Bell has an extra set of tires, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be a very, very close race for these two. Lap after lap, just a little bit by little bit, Alex Bell has been able to gain. Just looking about 30-second, there we go. Yeah, about 32-second lap times. So due to that, it looks like the nearest car in front of Sean is going to be halfway across the racetrack. So it's a pretty good spot, and that's going to be a pit in there for Sean Howell. Alex Bell is going to take the lead, and that is going to put Sean Howell, the first guy, onto pit road. Jeremy Jones down as well. Atkinson. A lot of these guys choosing to stay out. Alex Bell and Alex Berube continue to stay out as well. Skim of the wall there once again for Berube there. He's got to make sure he turns off that fast repair if the damage is not too bad, as this is going to be the part where you have to start watching those pit road entries. Sean Howell just hit his pit stall, and that's going to be Alex Bell in. Berube goes in as well. Yup, Chris Sawyer looking interested as well. Ben Mcdonnell in. Derek Stanley in. Ooh, very close there for Derek Stanley. Hopefully he does not get a speeding penalty for that one. Jacob Mcmillan chooses to stay out and is now going to be able to get the lap lead. That's going to be a lap lead there for Jacob Mcmillan, as Brett Murphy is going to be falling behind, as a lot of your field is in the pits right now. Sean Howell is now going to be on the exit of pit road, and he's going to be able to get out there. He does not get around, though. That is going to put Jacob Mcmillan, your leader, Brett Murphy, being the only car not one lap down, if I'm not mistaken. Is that now those two are going to be going into the pits as well. That is going to put Alex Bell now into the lead. Berube not far behind. Chris Sawyer also leaving the pits. Sean Howell in 8th. He's racing along the outside. How far can Sean get before Alex leaves the pits? Does he have the pace? He does. That puts Sean Howell back out to the lead. Full race pace ahead. He's now got to catch up to Jacob Mcmillan, who just entered his pit stall, and Brett Murphy, who is also in his. Not in his yet. Still not in his pit stall. There he is. Around, and that is going to put Sean Howell as your leader. Mcmillan with a very quick 2.5 second stop there. I mean, that is a 12.5 seconds. Very fast. Sean Howell has gotten himself a almost 1.5 second lead. He's going to have to hold on to that, though. Alex Bell able to close up that gap between him and Sean Howell pretty impressively, might I add. He was about 1.2 seconds back now. With his one-lap fresher tires, he is able to get himself down to 0.9 second. You can see that relative absolutely dropping on the left-hand side. Let's see how this corner goes. Sean able to get some more speed out of that one just a little bit, though, as that exit is going to put it back right into Alex Bell's hands. I think watching that relative, Sean Howell has got to be terrified out of his mind. He's got to hold him off for a bit under 30 laps now. Still quite a ways to go. Oh, Ryan Andrew, okay. Give airtime to the person in last place. That's Jesse Atkinson in the 127 Barbie Mobile with Donk driving, not Glenda. Glenda got injured over in the Coast to Coast Dirt League. Yeah, that one. And with B-Class sprint cars. And, well, she isn't feeling great, so Donk is going to be driving the Barbie Mobile this time around here at Kentucky. Currently running in last position after that run they had. It was a bold move trying to stay out as late as he did, and with his pit stop, it just did not work as well as I think he wanted. Alex Brubeck currently running in third position ahead of Jeremy Jones and Ben Mcdonnell. Chris Sawyer currently still being the most lead car on the cut line. So Chris Sawyer looking to be the one to watch as of now in terms of playoff points. Sean Howell and Alex Bell duking it out for the regular season championship. Alex Bell has closed up that gap lap after lap, and Sean has to be just sweating his britches just a little bit. Keeping it over half a second still in terms of a gap, but that is going to be dropping consistently. We're going to follow along with Alex Bell and see what he sees out of his perspective and watch how he's able to just drive this track so fast. I will say one of the very cool things about iRacing that you can watch is the dynamic water temperature and fuel pressure. You can actually, you really can watch that just fluctuate just a little bit, lap after lap. It's very interesting to watch. However, Alex Bell has fallen back in terms of pace just a hair there from Sean Howell, where you can see him just how fast he is going, trying to catch back up to him. He is on the move. And now that he's back into the draft, you can see how much the difference that draft makes. Less than half a second in terms of gap now. That exit off of 2 was not for Sean. Honestly, this is what the drivers see. I mean, you got to miss it. Not sure if I'm the only one that saw that, but a car stopped. Yep, there it is. There's the caution. Curious as to when it would come out there. Not entirely sure what happened there, so we're going to go and see what happened, and we'll be right back. Well, ladies and gents, I got what happened here. Let's go and watch in real time. Brady Floyd going across in the front stretch. There's the line. These two are going to be battling it out. Looks like for the, second to last position. Brady comes down. I think he might have gone up just a hair. And absolutely just obliterates the two of them. Brady Floyd, heavy damage that has sent the 89 tumbling there into the exit of pit lane. And his truck looks heavily damaged. I believe he had to tow. I don't think there was a way he could have driven out of that. And Brady Floyd comes off of that one with some heavy damage as well remaining in the pits, as you can see on the left-hand side. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Well, with that, that is going to put a lot of these guys going down pit road right now. We're going to be battle off of pit road. We're going to be seeing once again here at Kentucky. Get your pit road information open. As the pace car goes by with nobody pacing. Jacob Mcmillan, one of the first guys out of his stall. Sean Howell going to be out of the pits first, and a lot of good speed. Alex Forte-Berube, Jeremy Jones there as well. Jacob Mcmillan going to be starting in 4th. Alex Bell in 5th. It looks like Alex took tires. So they're going to be 3 wide exiting off of pit road. Quinn Gingrich is going to be getting it ahead of Brett Murphy and Jesse Atkinson. That's going to be your guys leaving pit road. Sean Howell continues to lead here at Kentucky. And he is out of tires. So Alex Bell with fresh tires now is going to be a very scary sight to see there for Sean Howell, who's got to keep ahead of him. However, Sean, actually, while alone with Taco Bell, he might have worked up enough of a friendship between Berube or maybe Jeremy Jones or maybe even Jacob Mcmillan to help hold off Bell for the next few laps that they're going to have. However, I do have a feeling it'll be a bit unlikely. See them all rolling by now. Good to see Jacob Mcmillan back up towards the front there in that number 21. The colors Jake always chooses are very sharp. I'll give him that. So, 2 player-caused yellows. Brady Floyd bringing out the second caution on that one, and we can see, well, you guys can't see, but I can see on my end that those two are looking to be out of their vehicles, out of the race potentially, and more than likely out of the race, really. And based on how how they're driving behind the pace car with the lights still on, I'm assuming they are very ready to go. Quinn Gingrich is going to be starting in 7th position there with the number 48. He's got his teammate alongside Brett Murphy in 8th. Jesse Atkinson in the rear of the field. I'm not quite sure what Jesse's doing. Yeah, that's right. Donk is the name of the driver. Oh, must be a game now. All right. I do hope that someone let him know. Anyway. Hop back up towards the front. We're going to have our leaders going quite shortly. Should be 1 to green this time. Just for some extra news, if you guys did not know, Four-Cloak Media is working on currently developing a spotter pack for iRacing. And you get to hear yours truly yelling in your ear about what position you're in and how bad you're doing. So... hopefully you can appreciate that later on as soon as I'm able to get that finished. School has been very busy though. College, yeah. To all of our college students out there, I know that TNT is full of them. They know how it is. Very, very busy. A whole bunch of nice sounding trucks out here tonight. All with nice paint schemes. Let's get ready to roll. Thank you once again to Pierce Graphics for giving us our overlay package, and to Ventnation for sponsoring this race. Want to find out more about Ventnation, you can head over to twitch.tv/Ventnation, or over on the Instagram, that is Ventnation_animation. It's Ben Mcdonnell, and he's a pretty cool guy. Covered the broadcast on last week from an in-car perspective, and just a few laps of outside after a unfortunate finish for him. Alright, well, with that, we're going to be watching now as the pace car is going to be pulling off. Watching from our chopper camera now as we head into... Oh, wheel spin out of Alex Forte-Berube on the green flag drop of Sean Howell. That is going to be very deadly there for Berube. Unfortunate. He is going to be a JHM driver. Well, he's got his team boss behind him, Jacob Mcmillan, but it looks like these two are just not going on the start. Unfortunate position for them. They are going to be struggling. Sean Howell and Jeremy Jones currently leading this race as Alex Bell on his fresh tires is going to be right there with them. Diving down low, that is going to be Alex Bell as they're 3 wide running through turn number 3, and it's around Jacob Mcmillan is. Alright, we have your caution here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be covering that in just a moment. You can see what happened here in real time. Well, slow time. So we're 3 wide, entering turn number 3. Brett Murphy on the bottom. Derek Stanley in the center. Jacob Mcmillan running out wide. They head up toward Alex Berube. It looks like Alex throws a bit of a block. Derek has too much of a run. And slams on his brakes, I think. A bit too much. Doesn't really work out in his favor. Yeah, they held it perfectly fine there. Very close, though. I imagine there was actually a bit of a, maybe even a 0x there for Derek Stanley. Brett Murphy sliding up the track, though. And, yep. Not even netcode. Not even netcode. Well, there's netcode into Mcmillan, but that takes out Derek Stanley and Jacob Mcmillan. But Mcmillan clearly got the absolute worst end of the stick on that one, as our perspective can keep seeing here. I mean, he just spun around. Derek Stanley's able to slow down and move out of the way just with a bit of damage as Mcmillan is just set into the wall. Netcode just destroyed him. Good to see you out in the chat again there, Lucas. I do appreciate it. Looks like Derek was not able to slow down quite enough. Slams into the wall himself. Not good. However, this is going to make this restart that much more interesting, though, as Sean Howell, while going to be the leader, has Alex Bell there right with him. So I imagine he's going to be sweating just a hair here at Kentucky. Oh, good timing. Mcmillan able to pull out of the pits just in time for us to see. Alex Bell there in second, Jeremy Jones in third, Quinn Gingrich in 14th. Mitchell Newmont running in 5th. There he is. I've not seen a lot of Mitch this race. Good to see you out front. Now remember, the battle to watch here tonight that is most important between the two are the cut line and the regular season championship. Regular season championship is going to be between Sean Howell and Alex Bell. I do imagine the winner of this will be determined as the regular season champion. I got to check the points on that one, but that's what I'm imagining. And then your cutoff is going to be between Quinn Gingrich there, who's currently running in 4th, and Chris Sawyer, who's in 6th. So they're going to be right behind one another. This is where you choose your sides. Are you going to be supporting Sean Howell or Alex Bell on this restart for the next dash to the finish? When we go green, it's going to be 12 laps to go. See all the guys run out back here. Classic NASCAR camera. Once again, I want to apologize for my bit quieter voice, and bit more of the fluctuation stuff. My mouth still is bugging me from the oral surgery. So hopefully by next week we'll be even better and back in action. But hey, better than Sunday for Cast Car. So I'm going to make sure you catch more of twitch.tv/4cloak. Tune in on Sunday to catch the Wingnut Productions 200. It's going to be at Michigan. With that, the pace car is going to be off here at Kentucky for the Tuesday Night Truck League as we head up now towards the line. Sean Howell leads the field with Alex Bell alongside. There it is. Sean Howell's going. He's got a really good grip, though. Honestly, I was expecting him to have a lot more wheel spin. He had a great start, although Alex Bell is going to be on fresh tires as he does not move down quite yet. Jeremy Jones was still there. Mitchell Muma there currently running in 5th, still does not want to let anybody through. This is the battle for second position. Can Jeremy Jones get up into second? He has the pace for the second as Mitchell Muma is going to stick it 3 wide as they enter turn number 3. Alex Bell on the outside. Jeremy Jones in the center gets absolutely screwed on that one, has to break out, so he does not take anybody out as Ben Mcdonnell is now going to shoot it 3 wide in the center there with Quinn Gingrich on the bottom. Block there from Mitchell Muma. What's he doing? It's not the final lap yet. Into turn 1 they go. We hatch back up to your leaders. There's no way we can leave this behind now. Sean Howell still has the lead, and he doesn't. Alex Bell has the grip and the tires off of the turn. As you go into turn number 3, you can see just the pace difference that comes with freshies. And there goes Alex Bell. And they're wrecking behind. Who is that? Oh, Jeremy Jones. Caution out here at Kentucky. Lap 90. Whoa. Oh, 5 messages to leave by now, but Jesus. Yeah, I'll take care of that a bit later, Strayer. I'm sorry. Jeremy not too happy with how that went. Alex Bell going to be leading off that start. We're going to be right back and see what happened there on that accident. Alright, bringing back out our trusty chopper camera. We're going to be seeing just what happened here, because I am curious. We head into turn number 3. Jeremy Jones on the outside. Chris Sawyer on the bottom. Derek Stanley there also on the bottom. This is a yee group. Sawyer moves up and collects Jeremy Jones. Yep, net code after Sawyer moved up, and that sent Jeremy around, lost balance of the car. He's out. Not sure what Berube did, kind of driving into him a little bit more. But that absolutely just takes out the 81, who gets clipped on the wall. Ooh, we saw a lot of that over at USA for the All-Star race. I know that Luke knows exactly what I'm talking about on that one, twice getting caught in the wall, but yikes. Absolutely just obliterated Jeremy Jones there, and did not help Alex Ford or Berube either. Yeah, this is not a good run at the end for these guys. And I know that drivers, especially Jeremy, are going to be very disappointed on that one. I imagine Chris Sawyer as well. So we are under yellow here at Kentucky. It is going to be Alex Bell starting on the green. It is going to be his call, and they're going to be 2 wide. Quinn Gingrich is currently your highest placed cut line driver. Battle between Sean Howell and Alex Bell is still to be played out. We'll see if Chris Sawyer can move from 10th up towards the front, as I believe Chris will be starting with an EOL. As Brady Floyd has been out of the race for a bit now. Which doesn't help him. Well, This is going to be the regular season championship here at the end, and then the playoffs are going to be starting. So, honestly, I think we're in a pretty good spot. See what's going to go on forward. Next week, we are going to have Iowa. That is going to be a fantastic short track, and then Michigan will be afterwards. Then finally, Richmond and Las Vegas are going to round out the season. So, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. I believe Iowa is also going to be run by our good friend Luke here, so... Alright, with that, the pace car is off here at Kentucky. Alex Bell leads the field to the green flag. Heading into the restart zone. Alex Bell goes. Sean Howell off to an okay start. Still has lots of wheel spin, though. Just isn't quite able to get it. Quinn Gingrich on the bottom has some pace. Can he get around Sean Howell to get up into second? He does now. That is going to be Quinn Gingrich in second position. Mitchell Muma there, currently running in third. He's got Sean Howell, Derek Stanley, Ben Mcdonnell. They're all right there. Ventnation himself there in sixth position, hoping to catch up to some places as they are going to be running through turns 3 and 4 now. Sean Howell on the bottom clips the apron just a hair. Not going to help his pace at all as Alex Bell tries to run away with this thing 3 wide across the start-finish line. They're going to be going there. That's Sean Howell in the center, Derek Stanley on the outside. Nobody's letting Sean go. Sean is going to be getting shuffled back to the rear, down into sixth position. That is rough as Mitchell Muma's in third, Quinn Gingrich in second, Ben McDonnell in fourth, Derek Stanley running in fifth. Currently a good pace for a lot of these guys right now. They just got to hold on to it. Currently, Quinn Gingrich has a great pace difference between Alex Bell, himself, and Mitchell Muma behind. If Quinn can stick it up there, I'm pretty sure in terms of points he'll be getting his way into the playoffs. All right, that's Ben McDonnell now up into third. He pushes that 30 into the wall on the outside, does not let him have it. Around lap number 96. This is getting towards the end. Side by side, these two are going to be heading into leaving turn number 4 as we head down through the front stretch. Is that lost time different? It is, between Quinn Gingrich and Alex Bell. Quinn Gingrich is catching Alex Bell. That 48 is getting very close to the 15. Is this going to be a win scenario for Quinn Gingrich? The first win of the season for the 48 team. Turn says otherwise. That dropped a lot. I don't know. We'll see, though. As they leave the turn, Mitchell Muma still has a position over Ben McDonnell. These two are going to be duking it out for third. Yeah, Luke, like I said, I'll take care of Nightbot in a bit. Nightbot likes to be a bit aggressive sometimes, but oh well. Still headed position. Brett Murphy right now running in fifth position, hoping to dive down there on Ben, but isn't quite able to get it. Ben still has a position. He's going to hold on to it to the very end if he can. I know Ben would rather not have to pay the winner. But that is now going to be moving Ben up into third across the line there. 2 laps to go. Ben McDonnell now in third. Quinn Gingrich still has second position. He is closing, especially down the backstretch. Up to Alex Bell. He's almost got it. He's just got to get it here on the white flag if Quinn Gingrich wants to get it. Ben McDonnell and Mitchell Muma fighting out for that third position. They are going to be side by side. Oh, they were. They're not anymore. Derek Stanley hoping to get around Brett Murphy as well. Jumping back up to your leaders. I hate to stick up here and not watch the rest of the field, but this is it. This is the final lap. Alex Bell leads the field through turns at 1 and 2. Down the backstretch he goes for one final time. All right, there it is through 3 and 4. Gingrich not able to get it. He did not get the position down the backstretch. Does Bell suddenly have an engine explode and loses it? He doesn't. Bell blocks down low, and Alex Bell wins the Ventnation 150 at Kentucky. Quinn Gingrich takes home a second position. Ben McDonnell in third. Mitchell Muma takes home a fourth position. Derek Stanley in fifth. Brett Murphy in sixth. Chris Sawyer seventh. Sean Howell in eighth. Oh, Sean is not too happy about that one. Jacob Mcmillan ninth. Jesse Atkinson 10th. Alex Forget-Berube is going to be 11th with some heavy damage across the line. 7% that one. I think a lot of people are pretty upset with how the race has ended here with the final race before the playoffs. And there it is. That is your race winner there. Alex Bell coming in to do some burnouts. Some very well-deserved ones at that. Fantastic job he has done. Burn it down, sir. Burn it down. As I said, very well deserved. Congratulations to Alex Bell for being able to burn it down here tonight at Kentucky with the Ventnation 150. Very impressive race out of these guys, as always, with the Tuesday Night Truck crew. They always have great races here on the channel, so I want to thank them for being able to come out here and put on a great show for all of us. Now, with that, let's go ahead and bring up your third place finisher, Ben Mcdonnell. Ben, it's open the booth. They read me.
Yeah, I got you, Noah.
Ooh, you're a bit loud. Let me turn you down just a hair. You just got yourself a fantastic third place position at your own race. How does it feel?
It feels great. Obviously, it's not a first place, but I'll take a podium nonetheless.
Yeah, I guess it would have been nice not having to pay anyone. That wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Well, still, I mean, you put on a good show out there. I mean, that recovery you had was incredible.
Yeah, I know. Got wrecked early on. Also had a speeding penalty on one of the cautions. That kind of put me at a little bit of a disadvantage, but was able to thankfully come back with a strong third place finish for my final race here this season.
You absolutely did, and it's glad to see you up on the podium step one more time. Well, with that, is there any message you want to say to our adhering fans here for the sponsorship and just for you in general?
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it. Wouldn't be here without Noah and everybody in the admin group and racing here in TNT. Obviously, everybody putting on a good show tonight and throughout the course of these 2 seasons so far.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, Ben. I do appreciate it. Do you have any other thank yous you want to do for your sponsors or anything before I let you go?
Yeah, thank you, Noah and Four Cloak Media. Really appreciate it. Alameda Custom Flooring, definitely helping out, and go follow Ventnation on Twitch and Ventnation_animation on Instagram.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Ben. I do appreciate it, and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Number 16 of Ben Mcdonnell. Now with that, let's bring up your second place finisher. First time up here, Quinn Gingrich. Quinn is up in the booth. They read me. I think he just dragged himself back down. Quinn, so the booth. Do you read me? Okay, he is dragging himself out of the booth. Okay, all right. I'm not sure if that's some lack of preparation on his end or what. Oh, he's is he done? I'm not sure what's going on. So let's go and interview your race winner, Alex Bell. Alex, open the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on the race win. I loved watching you burn it down. How did your race go?
Oh yeah, man, it was great. This is my home track, so I've been here going to race weekends ever since about 2014. So I always think of Kentucky in very high regards, and I always pride myself on running good here in the virtual world. So yeah, it was a fun race. You know, played out the good strategy there. Kind of gave up the stage win, but I figured, if we get a caution here towards the end of the race, it probably put me in pretty good shape for the race win, and that was able to happen. So it's fun to celebrate here at my home track.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great to see you up on victory lane once again. I feel like it's been a bit, but we've seen you up on the podium so many times this season. I think this might even be the regular season championship to you.
Yeah, I knew the points between me and Sean there were close, and he got me on stage points, but I think on the old tires he faded there at the end. But it's definitely big picture racing. We're looking forward to the playoffs. The battles me and Sean have had this year have been awesome. I feel like we're probably the 2 fastest trucks week in, week out. So I am super looking forward to this championship battle between me and him. It's going to be a good one.
It absolutely is. You are totally right. I'm very excited to watch it play out here on the channel. Now, I mean, you got to tell us, how are you able to just be so fast?
Yeah, if I told you I had to kill you. No, but yeah, like I said, I think it's just a deal of just playing the circumstances that are thrown at you in a good way. I think honestly both my wins this season are probably on tire strategy. But yeah, you get really lucky sometimes when you go into leagues. You look at the schedule, and sometimes you get tracks that you aren't really good at the entire season. But I was really lucky this season with this league. All these tracks we've been going to are tracks that I consider my bread and butter, so that probably helps out stuff a little bit.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, still, you've been able to put on such a phenomenal performance this season, and it's going to be great watching you go into the playoffs.
Appreciate it. It's going to be a good show for all those fans out there. Going to put on a good show.
Absolutely. Now, before I let you go, is there anyone you want to thank before?
Yeah, as usual, thank my boy Keith Merrick, the diecast dude, for being on the hood of the car. Thank you guys for broadcasting this every week, except last week you missed that one, so I'm pretty mad about that. But yeah, no, thanks to everyone in this league for racing how they do. It's been a blast this season.
All right, well, thank you much for your time, Alex. I do appreciate it. And once again, congratulations.
Appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Number 15 of Alex Bell. We're going to try one more time to see if Quinn's available, because I keep seeing him in the waiting room. So, Quinn, are we able to do an interview?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
There we go. You kept dragging yourself out when I was trying to interview before.
Oh, really? Well, I was on my phone. It's been a whole mess. Halfway through that race, my whole audio system just died. So, yeah, I didn't have a microphone for a little bit.
Oh, goodness. Gotta love it, technology. It's great.
I know, right?
Still, you got yourself a fantastic second place finish here in TNT. Is this not your first time up in the booth?
It is. Yeah, actually, it is my first time in the booth. I think it's my first TNT top 5, so pretty pumped about it.
Look at that. And at Kentucky, one of the interesting races on the schedule. I mean, congratulations, man. All hats off to you. I mean, what a great job.
Well, thanks. I gotta say, I did put a decent amount of work in this week. Brett kind of made fun of me a little bit as my teammate. Every time I was messaging him on Snapchat about the long runs that I was doing and my times and how much tire wear and stuff, but I had never really raced this track before, so I wanted to try to get used to it and know what I was getting into before tonight, and it feels good to paid off.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like I said, incredible job, and it clearly shows that practice can make perfect. I mean, you were so close to the end there, and you were gaining on Alex Bell towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, thankful for the draft. If I'm going to be honest, Bell's a great competitor, and but the draft got me right up there. And then we were just kind of talking about it in the waiting room that there was really no way that I felt like I could really do anything. I could kind of get close to his bumper, but unless I was going to attempt to do a bump and run, which I wouldn't have done, and I couldn't get there anyway. I don't think I really could have gotten around him. He was running the perfect line, holding a pretty wheel the whole time. So hats off to him. It's always fun to race a great competitor like him. But yeah, second is pretty good.
All right, well, I want to thank you very much for your time, Quinn. I do appreciate it. Who do you have to thank for sponsors? I mean, this is the first time we might hear some fresh names up here.
Yeah, so Clock Entertainment is on my truck. It's my workplace in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So if you're out there, hit us up. We'll be happy to help you on any of your live event needs. Of course, want to shout out to DJ Hi Kevin. He's one of our DJs, one of the best in the business. And NS sponsor or NS service on the truck and All Elite Racing. It's been a great time. It's good to finally be on the podium here in TNT.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, Quinn. I do appreciate it. And once again, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Noah. We'll see you later.
Oh, I just accidentally cut him off on that. Oh, I feel bad. Number 48 of Quinn Gingrich, able to get himself a second place finish. I mean, oh man, it's good to see him running up towards the front. I know he was there at New Hampshire, and it was a struggle. So it's good to see him finally back up here, and especially up in the podium, where you always get yourself an interview at the end. So I want to thank everyone that has come out here to watch here with the Ventnation 150. Once again, if you want to check out more on Ben, you can head over to the Instagram. That's Ventnation_animation for on Instagram. Or you can check out his Twitch over at twitch.tv/Ventnation. Find out on Ben all the stuff he does, the streaming he does. Great guy. Absolutely excellent in community management. I'll give him that one for sure. So with that, I've been Noel to here on twitch.tv/4o'clock. I want to thank you very much for coming out and joining us here for the broadcast here tonight. And if you're watching later on, I also appreciate your viewership over on YouTube. Well, I want to thank my sponsors, Pierce Graphics, Frankenstein Metalworks, and that's going to be and Equipment Geek Racing, and that's going to be our broadcast for tonight. Make sure you tune in next week to catch the first of the playoffs in Iowa, and then also tune in on Sunday to catch the Wingnet Productions 200 at Michigan with Cascar. I'll let you know if anything else comes up. You can check our Instagram over at Fourcloak Media. There's an underscore between Fourcloak and Media, and also with that, you can check out the website www.fourcloak.net. And with that, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.